And here you got an airplane landing right now. Look how close to the ground it is here. Now that must have been some wind shear to pull that plane into the ground like it did. And again, there's no memorial, nothing here. The city didn't put up anything for the family members to come. For years, when this barrier wasn't here, I used to see cars park alongside here. We knew there were family members that came and grieved. But after 50 years, there's nobody. Nobody's here. Nobody's talking about it. It is mentioned in the accident reports, but that's about it. Walking along the stretch of highway. It's called Rockaway Boulevard. I'm going to walk towards the crash site. Eastern Flight 66 left New Orleans at 1:19 on destination JFK. Had 124 people on board, including 8 crew members. You know, back in 1975, my dad worked for Pan Am, and Eastern hangar was right close to where he worked, and he recounted so many times how the fuselage and all the wreckage went to that hangar, and there was clothes. He said the clothes were fused into the sidewalls of the fuselage. There was a big hole in that section there on the side of the highway, and he said the main landing gear was sticking up for like months. So I don't know why the wreckage wasn't all taken out quickly. Alright, if you look on the right, you're gonna see a little map area where we're walking, and this is the landing strip on the right. I'm going to zoom out. That's Thurston Basin. The area there is where all the wreckage ended up. The initial hit was probably someone on there. But the whole area was a crash site. It was zooming in. One of the landing lights was hit right around this section here. We're going to be visiting that area anyway. The wreckage was all over this place. zoom out. As you can see, there's little waterways over there that connects to where we're going to be walking on a bridge.
There was wreckage that extended all the way up to here.
Slowly through here.
And about 150 yards into this bush here.
And it was that low altitude.
There.
It's quite a bit of water over here. Swampy land. That's the there's probably still parts there. I'm sure they didn't get everything.
And the wreckage was all over here, all the way into the woods in here. That wreckage was in here. Now there's a lot of garbage here now, but back in '75, all this you could pull to the side of the road here, and there used to be a lot of family members that used to pull over to their side here and pay their respects. As you can see, there's no place to park. There's no parking signs everywhere, and it's closed off. There's not even a memorial here. Nothing to say that anything happened here. Well, they sure did. Because I remember as a kid seeing the wheels sticking up. This crash occurred due to wind shear, and they changed aviation and how they now detect wind shear from the cone of the plane. And as you can see, the planes this is where it was coming down, but the wreckage was all over here too, all the way inside too, all the way until inside, well inside. One of the worst aviation crash in history. Until then, I think the worst one is in Tel Aviv, where Pan Am crashed into KLM crashed into the Pan Am plane. I think that was the worst aviation crash. But there's nothing here that shows that anything even happened. Now, when the plane crashed, it took out one of the radars, and I believe the left wing clipped this road right here. Again, next year, 2025 will be 50 years that occurred right here. Right along this famous boulevard called Rockaway Boulevard. It goes right into, from the airport right into the Five Towns area. And as you can see, a lot of crashes here too. Parts of cars, because they really speed through here at night. And I wouldn't advise anybody to walk down here at night. I mean, even the day I'm a little bit weary.
Could be some bodies or some live people trapped in there. They haven't been able to get the wreckage apart to look. Recapping.
Again, live pictures from the site of today's air crash at JFK. Anthony Preisendorf, who was on the scene, mentioned that 12 people that he knew of survived. And I think Frank has some further information on the number of survivors. Frank?
Well, the hospitals, Tom, have been standing by as soon as word came out that there was a crash. Emergency units have been functioning. Of course, the sad statistic is that at Mary Immaculate Hospital, Peter McDonald has informed us that they've been told to stand by. They will be acting as the morgue. They've been told to expect at least 107 bodies, which means that they expect that many dead. The Jamaica Hospital has also been standing by. They have received 14 of the victims. As we pointed out before, 12 were men and 2 were children. Possibly, we think that 2 victims may be on their way to Long Island Jewish Hospital. The Jacoby Hospital in the Bronx, which is a unit that handles most of the burn cases in the metropolitan area, has been on its way. We've had no word from them. I don't believe that they'll have any patients. Apparently, most of the people in this crash, as Tony has pointed out, were killed.
As you know, we have somebody on the beat for 3 survivors of the air crash at JFK this afternoon. The aircraft apparently crashed at about 4:10 p.m. today. In excess of 100 people were killed, at least 14 known survivors at this point. And now, if we are ready, to Robert Hager of NBC News, who is standing by at JFK.
The plane went down. Right now, it's a scene of incredible devastation. It's just off the end of the runway at JFK, here on a boulevard. Police rescue vehicles all over the area. A temporary morgue has been set up across the way, and now the grim job of finding and counting the bodies and identifying bodies goes on here. Eyewitnesses here at the scene said the plane, as it was approaching, it seemed to be coming in very low. One man said it hit an approach radar light tower. In fact, a pilot reported that he saw 4 towers had been sheared off. So the plane evidently did hit those towers as it came in. Whether or not that was the cause of the crash is, of course, unknown. Others who were here at the time said it happened during a heavy thunderstorm. There was also lightning in the area. So now, again, the job here is to sort out the wreckage.
Anthony Preisendorf.
If things could get any grimmer here at the accident scene, they have. It has begun to rain, which makes the work of the rescuers and the people trying to put together the pieces of human life and wreckage of the aircraft together even more difficult. Still, a lot is not known about this. What we do know is that the plane was coming in for a rather routine landing, and an off-duty Nassau County policeman, Paul Moran, says he saw lightning strike the tail section of the plane as it was approaching the runway. The plane veered to the right and broke into flames and just scattered its pieces, luggage, and bodies over a 2-acre site. Also knocked down one of the landing lights. The reports are conflicting at this point. Some say there are 2 or 3 survivors. Some say there may be as many as a dozen. One of the first policemen on the scene says that he was able to pull 2 people out of the wreckage. He identified both of them as crew, 1 male steward and 1 stewardess. Underneath every one of those white sheets, a body or a piece of a body. This survival work, grim work of picking through the pieces of lives and people will go on into the night. And we will be here to bring you the reports of what happened as fast as we have them. At JFK, Anthony Freisendorf, News Center 4.
Flight 66. Couple of flowers.